We might be live in 3, 2, 1, anytime in the going forward seconds. Let me just turn on my stream as well. And meanwhile, I think we are live and we are kicking. So if you're here again after a very, very long, I think 1.5 week, welcome back to a live stream. It's match day 19 of the Premier League weekend, at least for us, for Chelsea, because there has been no game postponement from our side for the league. And then again, we have had 8 to 9 COVID cases. But from what I've seen so far, Chelsea, they haven't been given any room of the error here or judgment, because the league has just said, please carry on. Just carry on. I actually think it is absurd, because a lot of teams, they have put in requests and they have got it approved as well. For the time when the Chelsea actually drafted a request, it was rejected even on the match day. Even itself, we had 2 cases on the particular day of the game, but they still said that the game would go ahead. And anyhow, we are here. We are again match day 19. Like I said, for us it is 19. For a plenty of teams, they are like 1 or 2 games behind. But regardless, 26th December is the Boxing Day weekend and goals galore. It has been known for a goals galore fest, always Boxing Day. And likewise, it has lived up to his hype so far, because Man City, they scored 6 goals, Leicester 4 goals or 3 goals, I think, around something like that. So 9 goals in a game, that's pretty impressive. And then again, Southampton and West Ham, it was like 5 goals in the game. Arsenal won 3-0, Tottenham won 3-0. So Arsenal, I think, won 5-0, so that's even more amazing for them. And in terms of the goals, there is a lot of goals here. And so that is what actually my point is. Goals galore on the Boxing Day, and again it is living up to the hype, and I hope that Chelsea can actually carry on the same momentum and keep the things flowing, man. We need the 3 points. And like I said, COVID, the restrictions in the UK, they have been like little bit eased out. Instead of the 10-day quarantine period, you can now get out with the 7 days, and basically you have to test negative 2 times and you're out. And that is why Lukaku, Callum Hudson-Odoi are back. Lukaku just on the bench, like the manager said. He's recently recovered from COVID, so there is no possible chance that he'll play a full set of 90. Likewise for Callum, he just starts, but he won't be actually playing the full 90. So let's see what happens down the lane. And right now, Christian Pulisic again starts up front. So the only change is Jorginho comes back in the midfield, and then we have Callum. So that is about it. And we are 1 minute away from the kickoff, and we hope that we have a banger of a game, because we really need those 3 points. Since the United game, we have been sluggish, and there is no fact hiding around it. So Chelsea hopefully will do something better today in terms of scoring, in terms of creating chances, and in terms of playing more as a cohesive unit rather than just individual players who will look to take apart the opposition. In that case, that is a good thing, but we haven't looked like so that is a thing of concern. But anyhow, we are here, and like I said, 1 minute away from the kickoff. Let's get it rolling then, because City have done their work. City, man, the way they started the game, although their defense looked a bit shaky there, so did for Leicester, but they scored 6 goals, so it definitely helps when you get on the score sheet 6 times. So Chelsea, if they manage to do that 3 times, I think it's a game seal for Chelsea today against Villa. Likewise, Villa, again, a tough opposition. I would just say, not to jinx it, but sometimes when you are in that kind of a phase, teams that come up against you, they always feel like, yeah, this is the perfect time to play against this team. They are under massive pressure, and why not pull their leg further down the lane and further down the table, I mean. So Aston Villa will take no prisoners, and they'll go neck to neck, as they did the last day of the season when they defeated Chelsea. Chelsea barely escaped with the help of Tottenham, and unlikely situation, but Chelsea here, if they are able to score here and then secure the win, they would be again possibly second on the table with the goal difference if they can climb up to. But Liverpool still would have a game in the hand. Liverpool, you remember, Leeds game, they had it postponed, so for momentarily they will be on the top over Liverpool if they manage to get the goal difference. And while we were talking, it has been officially announced, the ball has kicked off. Oh, let me just grab my earphones and fix up. Thanks, that would be great. And by the way, lads, if you're new around here, please drop a like on the stream. It helps the channel to grow massively, and then again, helps me to be a better person as well. That's a plus point. And if you guys are loving the Fantasy Premier League, I've seen a lot of people joining it. The link is in the description. Go ahead, join it. We're almost through halfway of the season, regardless of the numbers of postponement of the announcement or whatever the thing is. We're halfway through the season officially with this Boxing Day. So there is always a plenty of competition left because the half of the season is yet to come. So let's see who will actually come out on the top. We have a lot of competitors in the league, so it will be very interesting. As we were talking, Aston Villa gets their first chance. They cross it inside. Mendy safely collects it, and as I'm speaking, I'll just plug in my earphones and put them on my ear as well. So yeah, here we are. Trevor Chalobah retaining his place. Of course, Trevor Chalobah played in the midfield, so it was a makeshift role because Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, a few of these players coming back and forth again from injuries and COVID. Kovacic there being the unluckiest one. Recovered from the injury, hamstring injury, and then again got COVID. So you can really see that how unlucky he was. But regardless of that, he's back. He played the full 90 set minutes in the Carabao Cup, so he's on the bench. Again, 45 minutes in the second half, maybe he'll be good to go. So more of a concern about Chelsea is like getting the players up back to the pace of Premier League, and then again having them and the set of like again in the, what do we call it actually, having them in around that perfect shape of playing the full set of 90 minutes for the continuous games, because December hasn't been kind to them. Injuries, COVID doesn't help. You cannot play back-to-back games, especially when you have the games like Sunday, then again Wednesday, then again maybe Saturday. So it is really a thing of concern. So you have to manage very carefully. In terms of Chelsea's midfield, three more senior players, Kovacic, Kante and Jorginho. So these guys are the ones that have been affected by COVID, the COVID and injuries. So it is really a point of concern. And I think it only goes and shows that how Thomas Tuchel has been bit under the pressure. That is the only term I would say. There is nothing else, because it is the circumstances. As we were talking, here's Konsa playing out from the back for Aston Villa. Here's Sanson on the ball, the French midfielder signed from Marseille. Not getting into the lineup very often, but since Steven Gerrard's arrival, he's found his way into the lineup. And one more thing, Steven Gerrard, of course, the newly appointed manager of the Aston Villa Football Club. He is not on the bench actually, or on the touchline, I would rather say, because he got infected with COVID, but the match, it went through. The league said if the players tested negative, you will go ahead with the game. So it is his deputy, I think. His coach, I don't remember his full name. It's Michael. He's one of the academy coaches of Chelsea, former coaches, of course. So a lot of academy players from Chelsea, even, they have a very close relation with him. And as we were talking, Chelsea almost got caught, but Danny Ings again, right place, right time, got a bit of contact on the ball, but couldn't actually manage to square it past Mendy. So a let off for Chelsea here. Nice one-touch footfall from Aston Villa there. Bundia always finding his man marker ahead. Here's Chelsea with a long switch. Reece James with the ball. Last time Chelsea had an outing with this away yellow kit, they were amazing. They scored 3 past Leicester's and conceded none. So if that is a kind of the day that we are looking forward to, it would be really amazing. And we won't complain at all. Here's Marcus Alonso in a lot of space. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi alongside him. He passes it to him. Callum can take on his man. He does so. What a pass from Callum to Reece. And Mason trying to gather some space, but couldn't. The ball's back with Reece. Here's Mount and Reece linking up. And again, Matt Target on the point. Defending very well. Again, Aston Villa, as you have seen, a lot of teams put behind a lot of effort when there is Chelsea actually attacking. By that I mean overloading the ball side, men in the box, like almost all men behind the ball. So it really gets difficult. They try to match up their formation, and then again, you need to read something special actually to break down the defense when that happens. Is Jorginho in the plenty of space? Nice pass for him. As Alonso trying to cross, gets it back. Matty Cash defending it very well. So far, Aston Villa's fullback doing the job pretty well. The referee today, by the way, Martin Atkinson, hasn't been kind to Chelsea in the recent times, but who has actually? Here's Mason, asking too much of Christian Pulisic there. He does well though. Mings is forced to keep the ball inside. Target will be forced to clear it. Kante recovers it. So Chelsea again applying the pressure from the front. Very nice to see there. Douglas Lewis again is fouled by Chalobah there. So second time Douglas Lewis is causing problems to Chelsea inside the space of 6 minutes only. So a bright start from the Brazilian here. And of course the center point of the field here. And Aston Villa would really benefit from someone like Douglas Lewis having a lot of ball at all times, because Chelsea with Jorginho and Kante would love to have a lot of possession. But Douglas Lewis, the more he has the ball, the more that means Chelsea are unable to create. And that is actually a plus point for them. So let's see what happens though. As you were talking about Douglas Lewis, he just misplaces that pass. Unlucky on that part. His part, sorry. I beg your pardon. It's been a while, man, since I did a live stream. And I'm loving the vibe. I won't lie. It's Jorginho. Danny Ings again, like I said, they're attackers. Each and every person behind the ball. Danny Ings, Buendia again, Watkins, closing down Jorginho. You can only see the level that they are trying to match that pace with Chelsea. They're not allowing their midfielder Maestro to actually make space and allow him extra time on the ball to pick the pass. Rodrigo with a brilliant assist to Mason here. And he gets to Mason. Reese to Kante. Kante back to again Chalobah. Here's Reece James. Here's Tony Rodrigo. Alonso in plenty of space. He can cross. He does cross. And it is defended well by Douglas Lewis again. Douglas Lewis again, a busy man in this first 10 minutes. This shuffling of the ball from left to right from Chelsea is actually working. It's actually affecting the shape of the Villa that they're holding in the terms of defensive form, because even though we said that they are like 10 men behind the ball, but yeah, when you have to go from left to right, you leave spaces behind and you switch off sometimes. So it is very beneficial for Chelsea actually that they keep trying and keep doing the same thing. So let's see actually what the fruit of this thing will be, because if you're actually side passing a lot, it won't look good. Nice one from Alonso. Callum can keep it in. And wow, I thought that he would keep it in, but Konsa being the stronger one there, lets the ball roll out of the play. Let me just switch on the chat. Yes, sir. Let's go. Here's Chalobah there. Almost got it. Chelsea have it back. A ricochet, but Chelsea have it back. Thiago Silva, by the way, 50th start for Chelsea tonight. There's Alonso crossing it. Chelsea on the first corner of the game. Just on the 10-minute mark, and let's see what they can actually do, because they have really some aerial threat. Rodrigo, Thiago Silva, they have been actually recently very much, what do we call it, visible in terms of when it comes to the set pieces, flying high and trying to get the end at the end of the cross. There's Mason with the delivery. Can he find someone? Mason takes it. Villa clears it. Odoi will chase it, followed by Danny Ings, pressurizing him. And Callum has to pass it back to Mendy. No way around. Chelsea really need a centre forward, man. From what I've seen so far, but of course okay, Watkins in a plenty of space. Watkins passes it. Thiago Silva defends it. It looked offside initially, but Villa have won the corner. So what I was talking about, Chelsea's centre forward. The lack of actual strong figure in the centre is really alarming for Chelsea, because Pulisic is not the guy that will get at the end of the process or outduel some of the centre halves like Mings or Konsa. And this is the case so far. And it will be the case so far, I think, in the rest of the minutes that are left in the first half, because Lukaku can only play in the second half. Here's Matt Target taking the corner for Villa. The first one for them. Nice from Chelsea. Chelsea defending the corner very well again, but the ball goes back to Villa. Luckily for them, Chelsea defends it very well again. Here's Mason. Mason passes it to Jorginho. Jorginho in a bit of space, but he's fouled actually. That's a lucky one actually, because he got sandwiched. And if the ref didn't see the actual contact, he might have been in trouble. Threw himself to the ground, Jorginho there. What a pass from Reese. Pulisic chasing it. Followed by Konsa here. Can Pulisic deliver something? Here's James. Here's Mason. Back to N'Golo. N'Golo making his full-fledged right side attempt. Making that side all on his own. In terms of attempts, in terms of the chances, in terms of the tackles as well. Here's the ball back with Tony Rudiger, who we have the reports of actually has agreed a deal with Real Madrid and will leave as a free agent. So that's a big yikes for Chelsea actually. And I'm not happy at all, because we're letting a very good player leave, because he has been sensational since Thomas Tuchel arrived. And it goes without saying, when he leaves, he will leave a void there. There's Marcos Alonso on the ball again. Wow, Marcos Alonso having a wrestling game with Sanson there. Sanson coming out at the top at the end with the help of the ref, nevertheless. So 14 minutes gone. It's still pretty even. Nothing in terms of the chances in the final third, but so far it's building. The tempo is building. Here's Villa losing the ball, but again, a deflection. Matty Cash takes it away from Alonso. Alonso gets it back, but Villa gets the ball back to Ings, and Ings is on the attack. Ings trying to take a shot. Deflection, and Villa on another corner. So Chelsea in danger here. Pretty much against the run of the play, but Chalobah and Silva, there was a huge gap there. Strikers usually want to find a half of the yard and then take a shot. If that keeps on happening, eventually one of those will go in. Matic Rush crosses it. Mendy will claim it. Plenty of time on the ball for Mendy. It's almost Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi alone at the top. A valiant effort actually from Callum there, but the ball, a lot of pace on it from Alonso. That was a very good run. A lot of pace on the ball though. Good thought there, but like I said, nothing in the final third. So Chelsea need to make something more of it. It's cold, man. I don't know what the temperature is today, but the winter has actually started to fall around and settle as well. It rained even here. Oh, here's Ollie Watkins again, favorite against Chalobah. Managed to get away. Here's Ramsey running. Thiago Silva and Chalobah again double teaming on Ramsey. Otherwise, that guy was on goal. That's a good run by him, but that's a good, better defending even. Chelsea need to be better on the ball. They need to make it count. Otherwise, it could be one of those nights. Is Mason moving up with Reece James? Nice switch from Silva. Alonso gets it. Marikash very much on the toes of Alonso here, not allowing him any time on the ball. Every time Chelsea get the ball in the midfield, Villa's all 10 players behind the ball. One of them even like Douglas Luiz slots behind the back line, so it makes it 5, and it is even tougher for actually Chelsea's attack to break it down. Kante again reclaims the ball. Can he make something happen? Here's Alonso. Crosses it. Wow. Chelsea another corner. This is a good effort from Mason Mount though. Alonso with what a cross, man. Mason Mount made it halfway around the volley, but just hits Tyron Mings in the way, and then again he has to settle for a corner. But that was a valiant effort actually in the final third. So chances are coming for Chelsea now. They have to make them count. Here's Mason with the corner. Crosses it, Mason. Defended on the near post by Danny Ings. And has to settle for a throw in. And as we were talking, Buendia has gone down and looks like he would receive some treatment. He would need some treatment. He's back on his feet, walking gingerly. I'm not sure what that was all about. I think he landed just awkwardly. We hope that he's not injured. That is the best that we can hope for. Yep. He just got a rub from the Rudiger. That is the best way to describe it. Chelsea playing a lot of diagonals here, man. A lot of diagonals. So they have to make them count as well. Because sometimes these passes just flow right in center and nothing at the end to show for it. Wow. Watkins is through on goal. Chalobah picked up pace. Blocked by Chalobah. A good block even. So at the end, great football. Both way around. From Watkins as well and Chalobah too. Man, Douglas Luiz, what a ball that was. That sent Watkins away. The man was in his own half, cannot be offside, and he's always going to take on his man. Chalobah did well there. Wow. Watkins, lovely touch. Douglas Luiz tries to pass it. A deflection, but Jorginho gets it back. Chelsea have to get the ball back from their own half. Mason Mount protecting it. Villa again winning it back. The ball's back with Douglas Luiz. So Chelsea a bit frustrated now. Slowly, but yeah, the game's moving. The pace is increasing. Reece James can cross it. He crosses it for Alonso. There's plenty of it in the ball. Again. No. I'm not in Canada. I am definitely not in Canada. I don't know who you are, but welcome to the stream. And I'm not sure that why did you even delete your message. But anyhow, welcome to the stream. And any of you have just joined, we are watching match day 19 of the Premier League weekend, and this is the Boxing Day Sunday fixtures only. So it's Villa versus Chelsea. The last time around these two sides met, Chelsea won handsomely 2-0. This time they would look to repeat the same, but the circumstances are not the same. They've had 8 players out of COVID and they've had 2 of them back. So not to full strength, but Chelsea slowly but gradually they're picking the pace from where they left actually with the injuries and the COVID situation. So they will be soon on the track, back on the track, but it would be just a bit late because the harm has already been done. The damage has already been done in terms of dropping points. There's Konsa on the ball with Matty Cash. Matty Cash is very much tucking inside on the right, like playing as a third centre back, and that's working well for the Villa because, like I said, if they're going to try and match the formation, it will be so hard for Chelsea actually because there is no creativity here. And when you go toe to toe with your player and match the formation like three back defenders, sometimes it can be a bit messy. Mason Mount doing well there, winning the ball, helping on the defensive side. Chalobah under pressure now. So Villa, very much now, if you take the last 5 minutes into consideration, on the front foot in terms of pressing and creating chances. So Chelsea have to take note and move the ball forward and move the ball quickly and with some more intent, and not to say that you have to score a goal. Conte trying to go forward, trying to go long, miscalculates his pass but gets the ball back luckily. Here's again Jorginho on the ball. What's your team? I support Chelsea, bro. I support Chelsea. It's the yellow one today. The home kit is the blue one. Of course, the Chelsea is the blue one. We are playing away today to Villa. And as we are talking, Reece James is crossing it. No one can get actually at the end of it. Chelsea settled for the third corner. So maybe a chance for Mason Mount or Reece James to whip a ball inside. I'm not sure the ball and the delivery from the corner, it has not been convincing from Mason Mount so far. From the first two set pieces, hopefully he can deliver something more interesting so that someone can get at the end of it and turn it to a goal. Villa again having to defend a set piece. Not a lot of tall figures inside the Villa box because it's only Tyrone Mings, and Chelsea can take advantage of it, but they have to really take advantage of it. Here's Mason again with the corner. He crosses it. Villa again defends it on the first post. Here's N'Golo. Crosses it back to Reece. James to Alonso. Chelsea have to force the ball back. They have no other means of getting the ball forward right now. Villa defending very well. Mason Mount with a brilliant touch. Mason Mount with a cross. Mason Mount almost got Martinez off guard. Another corner for Chelsea here. So Chelsea coming up alive here. Martinez saying that he didn't touch it. And wow, the offside flag comes in. That's very messy from referee here actually. I will not blame the players here. I'm not sure that was offside. That was a late goal kick flag. Wow. So unlucky here. Chelsea being denied the fourth corner here. A very delayed decision, but nevertheless it is a decision from the referee and you have to acknowledge it. Nice attempt by Mason there, trying to catch the goalkeeper off guard, luring him into thinking that this is a cross, but actually going for the goal and trying to whip it around him. So interesting. Villa again winning the duels. Ollie Watkins at the center of it again. Here's Villa again. Danny Ings trying to thread the kneeler here. Can Thiago Silva prevent a corner? He can. With the help of Alonso, he does it. By the looks of all the things now, a quarter of the game gone, 1/4 of the game, of course. So you cannot say anything is like any team is favorite here because both of these sides have had their chances. And I would say the chances that Aston Villa had is like mistakes from Chelsea. I'm sorry. And by the mistakes, I would mean that, yeah, really the errors leading to the goals. And in terms of chances from Villa, it has been really hard for Chelsea actually to penetrate the defense. So it has been teeny bit of things that, yeah, one way or around, if you can thread the perfect pass, yeah, actually you're on goal. Otherwise, Villa have been very much solid at the back. They're doing the job pretty well. Here's Jorginho being bundled to the ground by Mings and again Watkins. So making the intentions very much clear there, both the strikers. Here's Reece James. In the FPL, FPL is kind of a mess right now. A very much a mess right now because a lot of fixtures, as you're aware, are postponed and everything. And not to mention, I had Bernardo Silva, and I don't think Bernardo Silva did anything today, despite Man City scoring 6 goals. You would think that if a team scores 6 goals, at least you have some player from that team, he would get you some points. But so is the case. Bernardo Silva got me, like, I think 2 points only, or maybe 3 max if he got an assist or a penalty that he earned them. Otherwise, nothing. Ruben Diaz would have got me something if they kept a clean sheet, and they didn't. They conceded 3 goals, so it is what it is. I've got Ronaldo though. Ronaldo play against United. I think again Newcastle United tomorrow, so there might be something in it. I took out Jota. I saw that the Liverpool is not going to play against Leeds. The fixture is postponed, so I thought, why not give someone a go? I had Vardy. I did not expect Vardy to sit on the bench, but he was on the bench, and of course, it earned us nothing. Then again, FPL has been going very bad then, to sum up. Wow, Villa on the charge again, and a lot of space here. Tony Rudiger has to defend very well again. Cash, again Mengs, back to Cash. Cash crosses it. Chalobah clears it, only as far as Ramsey. Ramsey can have a go here again. Here's Watkins. Here's Matt Target, crossing it. Wow. It's a known goal. Wow. And Villa lead. Matt Target crosses it. Reece James trying to clear it in an attempt to clear it. Passes the ball inside his own net. Wow. What have I just seen? It's Villa 1 and Chelsea 0. Wow. That's so unlucky, but that's so absurd at the same time. Goalkeeper is not to blame at all here, man. Instantly it comes in, and by the time Mendes got there, he has no chance. That's such a bad one to concede, dude. We went from scoring goals with a defender to conceding at our own end, and that's not a bad... That's a bad thing, sorry. That's not a bad thing, that's even a worse thing. So, here we go again, Chelsea. A bit of turmoil face. I think this December will be like this only. So, hopefully, we can find a way ahead and score a goal, because Chelsea need points. If Chelsea are to drop points here, we are in 3 points gaps only to Arsenal, and I think it's fair to say, if we are to drop points here, we are in the top 4 race, not the title race. That's the actual statement. They have to push. Chelsea have to push. They have to push the second gear. There's Alonso on the ball. Alonso doing well there. Same for Matty Cash, having a brilliant game so far. Wow. Thiago Silva's giveaway. So lucky there. Kante bailed him out. Pulisic doing well there to Alonso here. Alonso can cross, actually. He crosses it. Pulisic, half of a touch, but nothing in terms of concrete chances. Again, Aston Villa looking to play to their strengths here. Douglas Luiz, as soon as he saw Watkins running ahead, one shot, just run, just like Jamie Vardy, Leicester type. So this is very much thing of a concern for Chelsea here. Aston Villa trying to catch Chelsea off guard a lot of times, and Chelsea, they have been a bit, clumsy at the back in this December month. Not sure what that was actually from Jorginho. And Chelsea actually very much in need of Lukaku here, actually, from someone who is actually going to step up in the center. And of course, Mateo Kovacic. When these two was actually starting, Kovacic and Lukaku, when we played away fixtures, sorry, the home fixtures at Stamford Bridge, these two guys combined for a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. Chelsea need to be wary. That's the statement, man. That's the only statement that I can make. A team that once looked like, yeah, they were looking upon from the top a lot of players, but now they are looking above. Yeah, it's a huge gap appearing. Kante again. Villa closing down a lot of times. Kante again running. Kante still running. Kante finds Pulisic. Pulisic finds Callum Hudson-Odoi. Can Callum finish it? He tries to shoot. Villa blocks it again. And Villa have the ball again. Here comes Watkins. And they have given it away. So Chelsea have some breathing space again. They can go back again with the help of Jorginho and Kante. Kante crossing it, getting it back to Alonso. Alonso to Callum. Callum has it. And it should be a penalty. And it is a penalty. Matty Cash tackles Callum Hudson-Odoi, and it's a clear penalty, daylight, and Chelsea will have a chance to equalize from the spot. And I'll tell you something, that's a lifeline because Chelsea have barely created anything. Barely. That's a good play from Chelsea and Alonso here, and that's a clear daylight penalty. You cannot do anything about it. Even if you complain Matty Cash, that's a clear pen, and that should be a yellow card in my opinion as well. He clipped him on his heel, clearly. So, Jorginho will step up again. So, Martinez doing a bit of his thing there. Brushed up the penalty spot. I'm not sure whether the referee saw it because VAR would not like it. But it's Jorginho. Ice in his veins, so I have no problems. I will not think and give a second about it because he's definitely going to score. Emi Martinez started with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes guided actually. Here's Jorginho. 1-1. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And it's Chelsea 1. Villa 1. Chelsea back in the game. Hopefully they stay in the game because they have been miserable in terms of creating the chances, and Villa have looked formidable in terms of actually breaking down the Chelsea defense and sending the ball on the counters, flying over the top. So it's really a thing of concern, and Thomas Tuchel must definitely do something about it. And he can do only one thing: motivate his players, because these are the same people that were on the top of the table, and they are the same people now who are conceding goals. So if you're actually going to concede one, please score 3. Reece James would be actually relieved here. If you can actually go on to score or assist someone with a goal, he would be much more relieved. Jorginho almost got caught. And he misplaces the pass. Can Matty Cash actually find someone? He does it. He does it. Wow. I was in 2 minds. I thought that he would actually cross it, but he chose to back fast for his goalkeeper again. Here's Douglas Lewis trying to play it long. Matty Cash trying to assist him. Jorginho again gets the ball back. Callum was supposedly foul, or allegedly. The Chelsea people thought so. Here's Sanson. Villa again looking for long ball alternatives. They cannot find it. This time again, Jorginho trying to close him. And that penalty was Chelsea's first shot on target. So, yikes. It is what it is, though. Here's Reece James. Here's Tony Rudiger. N'Golo Kante again on the ball. N'Golo Kante, by the way, when he came back, Reece James chance to cross, by the way. Just for a moment, I'll pause. It hit target, but again, on the side hand and not intentional, so not a pen. So I was talking about N'Golo Kante, the way he came back in the Carabao Cup, like the second half substitute, he changed it literally the momentum of the game. So we were hoping for the similar kind of impact, but this is a Premier League game, so things can go south very easily, and you know what can happen. We have seen just the own goal is a perfect example. So Chelsea They should keep their heads in the right place and then again keep thinking about the game forward and forward. Wow. So Ramsey just went down. It was Konsa, by the way. Indicated that he has been hit in his face. And then again, he's blinking. Wow. And that's such a circus play. Exaggerating the contact. Let's see in the replay. Yeah, he's exaggerating it clearly. There's nothing in it. If that goes to VAR, I think the player is going to get booked in reversal. Wow. Man, I'll tell you one thing. This Watkins, he's proving to be a menace. This time around, a late flag offside, but he's proving to be a menace for Chelsea. Because the way they are sending the long balls over Chelsea's defense, and he's catching literally everything. And he's catching bodies as well. Here's Thiago Silva with a long switch again to Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso can make way forward. He goes inside this time, passes it to Jorginho. Jorginho again back to Rudiger. Again, Villa back in the shape. 10 men behind the ball. Perfect zonal marking, doing their job. Here's Callum. Bundia this time doing the defensive job here. Callum has the ball again. A ricochet. A one touch from Mason, but he cannot get at the end of it. I think Callum has to be much more sharper here. That was a return, a very much return ball there from Mason. So 39 minutes and almost 40 minutes mark gone. We are nearing the half time and Chelsea are yet to show something very much positive in terms of creating chances. There's Jorginho on the ball, intercepted again there very well. Buendia. Now Sanson. Wow, what a tackle by Edouard Mendy there, man. If that was an inch or a half of a millisecond mistimed, that was a red card for Mendy because he was out of his box. Read the danger very well. Jorginho there caught very much in the daylight. Mendy, that's a very good work, man. Gave his defender the shower as well, so no miscommunication too. And that's very impressive then. Nice to see Mendy getting his confidence back as well, because throughout this phase we have been conceding a lot of goals, so it doesn't help. This thing helps though, making a lot of good saves. Wow. Here's Danny Ings, blocked by Chalobah. There is not a lot separating Villa to score a lot of goals in this half, except Chalobah making the blocks. Matty Cash almost at the center of the box for Chelsea here. I don't know how Chelsea allowing a lot of space for the fullbacks from Aston Villa actually to get in the offensive positions, but they have to do something about it because they are all over the place right now and it would be so harmful if one of them were supposed to be going inside the net. Or finds a way inside the net, I would rather say. Mason nutmegging him. Again finding someone. Then again. There is so much of gap between Pulisic and actual Chelsea players behind him. So nothing goes through. Wow. Aston Villa getting lucky here, but getting the ball back. The ball's back with Chelsea now. There's Callum with the ball. A lot of people chasing him. There's Rudiger. Rudiger can send Alonso along. And he sends the ball into no man's land. And the ball's back to Villa. So officially 41 minutes on the clock. And it just doesn't feel right. From Chelsea's POV, of course. Good one-touch football from Aston Villa there. Douglas Luiz again, distributing the ball very well this time. There's Matty Cash on the ball. Here's Watkin again, winning that ball. Here's Jennings on the goal. Can he make space? He can. Chalobah again with a crucial interception. Back to his goalkeeper. That's such a great football from Aston Villa, man. A nice piece of defensive play from Chalobah there, but Chelsea, man, getting caught off guard so many times. Reece James keeping Danny Ings on. He's so much unaware of the fact that there is a guy running behind him. Here's Callum. Callum to Alonso. Alonso can cross it. Alonso crosses it. And Mason Mount. That's a goal kick. And he's offside as well. And that's Matt Target as well, down injured. I don't know what the impact is actually for, but he is down injured and now he's getting back up. I'm not sure that was a contact or an exaggeration. I think the referee has blown for the foul on Matt Target, rather a goal kick slash offside. Didn't look offside by any means. Nice to see him back on the feet again. Rudiger clearing the ball, but only as far as Jorginho. That is just near him. Alonso sends it long. Villa can easily clear it back. Wow. Villa back again. One touch football from Watkins and Sanson. He crosses it, but the ball goes straight back to Mendy. Nothing of a threat here, but promising chance for again Aston Villa popping up inside the Chelsea's box and irritating Alonso and Rudiger at the same time. So that's a bit impressive play from Matty Cash and Watkins here. Watkins now swapping sides with Ings here on the right side now. We saw that how terrifying it was for Chalobah, but Chalobah was able to cope up with the pace. And Alonso, I'm not sure about the pace. That will he be able to cope up with it or no? Is Reece James now? Conte with Mason. Mason, just the ball taken away from his feet by Menks. They've got to get this right, Chelsea, man. They've got to make the things count there inside the box when they receive the ball. Only 1 minute left in the half, and apart from the additional time that will be added. Jorginho. There's Pulisic now coming up deep this time. Alonso to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi can make things happen. Sanson does well. He picks himself up. Odoi crosses it. Villa clears it, and it's thrown for Chelsea here. Sorry. Only 1 minute of additional time. Nothing much in it. Only 30 seconds of it left as well. Can Chelsea make it count? Rudiger sends it long to Reece James. Reece James has plenty of space. Will he choose to cross it? Conte, one touch pass to Mason. Mason with a quick turn, but again, Matt Target on the position. So last 20 minutes, I think that would be it. You just throw in, the referee will blow for the whistle. So 1-1 the story of this half. Nothing again so far for Chelsea to get something concrete in terms of the creativity and the chances in the final third. So a disappointing half. And a good half for Aston Villa because they have been up against very much in all aspects of the competition. And that's it. Referee officially blows it for the the half time. And I'll see you guys shortly in the space of 15 minutes. And I'll be back soon. How's it going, everybody? We are back again for the second half, and the action is going to resume. And Romelu Lukaku is back on the pitch, so there are some interesting alterations actually, and even more so because he's coming on in the place of a centre half. I think Chalobah is back off, and it will be a very interesting shape. Let's see what happens though. Or will it be Christian Pulisic playing as a right wing back here, and Chelsea retaining the same position? Yeah, I think it is the way it is. Reece James will go on to the right side at centre back, Christian Pulisic on the right wing back, Romelu Lukaku centre, Mason Mount on his left, and then again Callum Hudson-Odoi on his left. So a change in the personnel, not in the formation or the shape, but let's see what happens. Let's see what actually can Chelsea create from this, because there has been a lot of debate about Romelu Lukaku not being there, but now that he's here, of course, recently returned from COVID, but hopefully he can make something of it. But Chelsea can now, of course, cross inside. Alonso this time opting not to cross, surprisingly there. Alonso there, passing it to Callum. Callum, can he make something happen? Rudiger crosses it to Lukaku and causing trouble already to Martinez Lukaku. And this time around, Tyrone Mings is down, and referee will have to check it because it is a head injury and it is a concussion protocol. That every time someone gets a blow on the head or is hit on the head, there is no other way. You have to do it. You have to stop the game itself. But this is the thing that Chelsea have to do most often, because you have to have someone inside the box making their presence feel very much alive. As soon as Lukaku comes in, Tyrone Mings is feeling the heat now inside the box. So this is what we actually want. Chelsea being dominant. And Lukaku has been so far not impressive since that injury that he had. And of course the COVID later, but he has to have some impact. Some of the impact, I think. I feel so much for Pulisic, man. Left wing back, right wing back, sometimes, etc., etc. But Tony Rudiger, a bit casual pass there. Here's Reece James this time. Romelu Lukaku trying to find with Douglas Lewis. So Chelsea now trying to catch Villa with an impressive press here. Can Chelsea find someone? Wow. That's another problem for Chelsea. Thiago Silva has pulled up, and injuries and Chelsea, man. The heck, man. This month is so frustrating. And he has certainly waved at the bench that he has to be substituted. His night is very much done, I think. And I think it might be a hamstring one, so a very bad one. So another blow for Chelsea here, and it seems like timing, the December, it has never been a friend for Chelsea. Adversity is knocking hard each and every game for Chelsea here, by the way. So we actually withdrew a centre back, and now we actually have to put on a centre back. So that sums up the night. He's choosing to carry on. I don't know why, because if you feel your hamstring, Christensen is on the bench, by the way. And I think he will be the viable substitution, I think. Yeah, I think his night is done. The way he just passed it, It felt like, yeah, doesn't have that kind of a power in his legs anymore. Mason Mount with a nice pass. Same for Pulisic. Pulisic can keep it in. Turning around, wiggling with N'Golo Kante. Is N'Golo again. N'Golo back to Mason. Mason back to Kante. Kante to again. Pulisic. Lukaku's calling for the ball. Can he get it? He cannot right now. Yeah, Thiago Silva. He's in a lot of pain. He's in a lot of pain. I think it is the right thing for him if he goes down and gets the substitution done right away, because this might be helpful for Chelsea only if he goes out and gets the substitution done. Otherwise, it could backfire so much. Might be a groin problem or something, but Thiago Silva is off and injured. Christensen is clearly coming on. 37 years old. 37 years young, as I like to say. This doesn't help. Another guy on this Christensen at the center of the controversy. I'm sorry. Controversy just because it looked like he was on the verge of signing a new contract and it has stalled. He has changed his representatives who represent him in the terms of agents. And now, let's see what happens. Chelsea have played Brentford in the League Cup tie. He was there. A bit of part. Not always. There's Alonso. Alonso can shoot. Callum can... Wow. These guys were just looking at each other's faces and no one actually made the contact with the ball. And Alonso is now actually looking at Callum Hudson-Odoi. Why didn't you shoot? Callum is giving him the same look that I wasn't expecting the ball to come. But I think you have to be aware. Is Reece James with the ball again? Is Jorginho? I think the last substitution will be Kovacic. It has to be Kovacic. We need someone from within, like the engine. Is Pulisic. Conte to Mount. Mount again. Mount crosses it. And wow, a pinball situation, literally. A double ricochet from the Aston Villa's defender, but somehow the ball found its way into the hands of the Martinez. What a ball from Mason Mount, man. It comes off the back of Lukaku, I think. After the deflection from Matty Cash, it could have well beyond ended behind the goalkeeper's hand and inside the back of the net, most importantly. But nice to see Chelsea creating chances now. So impressive this time around. Again, this time, Villa under pressure, losing the ball straight away. Callum gets it back. And here's Jorginho with N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante has space with Pulisic coming up. Pulisic going forward. Pulisic passing again. N'Golo Kante into the feet of Pulisic. Pulisic trying to sort his feet out. He cannot do anything. Wow, there's plenty happening inside the Aston Villa's box now. But luckily, they haven't conceded for them, of course. And good thing from Chelsea's point of view is now they're creating back-to-back chances. So it is something that they are looking forward to very much in the whole time that is left. For the space of almost 40 minutes that are left to go. Second of position 81% Chelsea. I think it doesn't mean anything if you cannot do anything with it. It's getting cold. Villa cannot pass the ball at the moment though, that is for clear, because Chelsea, they're locking them down. And whatever Thomas Tuchel said, like I told you, that he has to talk them into the fact that yeah, you have to play as a cohesive unit. So that is the most important part. Here comes Chelsea again. Here's Chelsea with a switch of play. Reece James to Pulisic. No. Chelsea doing everything, and they get the ball to Lukaku, and it's a goal. Wow. So you saw the effect, right? You play as a cohesive unit, you play as one chance, one goal, instant impact. This team is very much capable of. This is the whole set of players that we were having when we were on the top of the table. Come on, lads. He's back. That is what number 9 means, actually. Getting at the end of the cross. What a cross by Hudson-Odoi, though. What a cross. This is what we needed. If there was Pulisic like this, like the first half, nah, nothing was happening, bro. Nothing was happening. Excellent header from Lukaku, and he's back, bro. He's back. I'm buzzing. That's your everyday striker movement, and this is only something that a striker can do. So amazing. I just I just bumped the mic. I'm sorry if that was very much audible. I was tweeting it. I was pressing the enter with that emotion. Just banged my mic in that fashion. This time around, Chelsea now good to see they're pressing. Alonso, Lukaku carrying the charge forward. Keep on pressing, keep on pressing. Add more goals. Show them what you're all about. Wow, Aston Villa now in plenty of space. Rudiger this time doing defending very well there. It's building, the game is building now. Chelsea creating opportunities. The first half, absolutely nonsense in terms of chances. In the space of 10 or 7 minutes, Chelsea now. Second half, wow. Chance. And what a ball from Lukaku from Callum Hudson-Odoi. He got it actually at the spot where he pointed it. So amazing. And by the way, lads, if you have tuned in for the very first time, we are watching Aston Villa versus Chelsea live from Villa Park, match day 19 of the Premier League weekend. It's Boxing Day. It's a goals galore fest, and it has been known for a goal galore day. So hopefully we'll continue the trend and Chelsea can add 3 more goals here. Wow, Christensen with a switch here. Callum Hudson-Odoi just getting off guard. Sanson steals the ball off him. Chelsea again not giving up on the ball. Odoi loses this. Alonso is not giving up. Vice versa. Alonso loses it. Odoi is not giving up. In the second half, they have come out with a new motivation, I guess. Wow. Reece James, what an intervention there. What an intervention. And that is again the Villa's best way forward. Sending long balls into the feet of Ollie Watkins. And that is what they have been superb for the first 45 minutes or so. It was actually working. Watkins was winning duels, left, right or center. And it was happening basically. So right now Chelsea, the more they pile on the pressure on the other half of the pitch, I think the more there are chances that Villa will be suppressed. Because we have a focal center point right now in the center, it's amazing that we can achieve a lot of things now with Lukaku. N'Golo Kante, amazing. Wow. Watkins again come back on the top. Here's Ollie Watkins running alongside Ramsey. Reece James is chasing him on the other side of the pitch almost. Here's Matty Cash. They're making overlapping runs. Cash crosses it. Wow. Pulisic clears it. Wow. Kante spreads it for Mason Mount. Mason Mount gets it back. Douglas Lewis quick to close him out. Wow. He earns a throw in though. He earns a throw in, buys himself some time, and his teammates as well. They'll push forward up with the pitch. Push forward up on the pitch with him. So I'm sorry it's happening so quickly, but I'm glad that it's happening so quickly now because that's a lot of action. Because the first half was nothing. It was so bad from Chelsea, but this time around, Pulisic as well, doing things at the both end of the pitch, defensive and offensive. Nice to see. Not his forte, the defensive side, but we'll take it right now because he has to play as the right wing back. As Alonso in space now. Wow. Almost Villa was through with Watkins. Reece James saw it. Mendy saw it. And who was the other guy? Rudiger saw it. So impressive there. Here comes Villa again, trying to find players ahead in the space. But not so easy this time. Here's Sanson again on the ball with Douglas Lewis alongside him. Lewis crosses it. Here's Buendia sending it long. Rudiger intercepting it. Getting across halfway, again defending it very well. So Chelsea now well settled in now. And they look like, yeah, they'll find a passage of play sooner than later. Then something will come. And this time around, Kovacic I think will come on. And he is being prepped actually to come on. It would be very interesting. Who will he actually replace? Will it be Jorginho, Kante, or will it actually be someone from the front so that we can actually have more sense of control? But I'd rather believe that it would be someone like Jorginho or Kante because we have a game up against Brighton in 2 days. So nothing can be underestimated. We were unlucky in the aspect that Thiago Silva couldn't carry on because we would have loved to bring on someone like Ziyech later on as well in form of an attacker. But whatever it is, we have to deal with it. Injuries are bad, but they are there, part of the game. Yep, N'Golo Kante is coming off. We would absolutely love him to be there till the very end, N'Golo Kante, but we have to play another game as well, and man management is important. Yeah, and that is what is actually happening. Kovacic has just signaled Mason Mount that it is a 3 midfield, and it will be Callum and Lukaku up front. So you'll see Mason Mount much more deeper now. Watkins, nice one touch. Pulisic again on the defensive side, making the clearance and working out well for him. Here's Lukaku passing the ball back to Callum. Callum trying to take on his man, but Matty Cash again on the point. Cash has been amazing, man. Apart from the goal that they have, of course, and penalty, I'm sorry, he conceded the penalty, but regardless, I would say he has been pretty amazing so far. Alonso sending Aroy. Wow, he finds him. Konsa, can he keep the ball in? He loses it. Callum has it again. Nice work from Callum there. Alonso, can he make things happen? He can. Lukaku is fouled and he will earn Chelsea a free kick. So a scoring opportunity for Chelsea here from a very much assurable distance here. Tyrone Mings on a yellow card now. So very much a thin ice. Lukaku again, Pulisic, like I said, he wouldn't have done that at all. He would not be a favorite person to win that battle in front of Tyrone Mings. Lukaku, however, brings his body in play, shields the ball very much well. And like I said, Tyrone Mings very much on the thin ice now for the left part of the game. Maybe someone. I think it is suitable for Marcos Alonso. The distance that is closer because he really strikes it sweetly. If Chelsea are to score here, amazing. So Martinez very much in the center, not giving away a lot of space. Reece James shoots it. It's quite high. Nowhere near the goal. So I think the next free kick comes. Alonso is the favorite contender, regardless. Looked like a bit casual effort, actually, I won't lie. So that's a chance wasted. So an hour and 5 minutes gone in the game. And here's Watkins sending wings long. Christensen reading the game very well there. Mendy playing up from the back with the help of Rudiger. Wow, what a ball from Jorginho. Can Mason do something? He does something. He travels around the goalkeeper and Mason misses the open goal. Mason saw the headlines and tried to go for the goal alone. He did everything. Emi Martinez was so lucky here. What a ball from Jorginho. What a ball from Jorginho. Mason had all the time. He had a time to look. He had a time to look. He could have actually found Lukaku. He really missed an open goal. I think he's not looking at the target at all. As soon as he dribbled the keeper aside, he just went in and just tried to go for the goal blindly. So a chance for Chelsea here, but wasted. Here's Kovacic again. Now Mason again. Here's Pulisic. A deflection here coming to the rescue of Villa here, but Chelsea get the ball back with the help of Reece James. Can Chelsea make it count back to back? Here's the ball back with Jorginho. Wow, not a bad pass, not a good pass as well. But Kovacic steals the ball from Villa here. Kovacic has it. Kovacic again intercepted well by Konsa here with the help of Ramsey. Sanson can clear it, but he's again surrounded by a lot of Chelsea bodies. Alonso putting in there a lot of pressure. Villa's forced to clear, and Christensen does well. There's Alonso doing a lot of things on the left-hand side. Kovacic again dribbling very well. Kovacic to Odoi. Odoi to Alonso. Can Alonso do something? No, he cannot. Wow. I was about to say that. Can Alonso do something? He straight away passed the ball sideways. That was mad. I was mad about it as well. Chelsea losing the ball here. Very casually here. Buendia brushes Jorginho aside. Mason gets it back. How's that a foul? Chelsea players are so furious. So furious. How's that a foul? Mason clearly shoulder, man. That's a shoulder. He's so frustrated, Mason. He has every right to do so as well. Be frustrated as well, I mean. That kind of a foul, man. Come on, dude. Come on. There's Tyrone Mings on the ball. Chelsea have to score again to seal the deal. 70 minutes gone now. 20 minutes left only. And if you've just joined in, lads, we are watching Chelsea versus Aston Villa from Villa Park. And it has been an amazing game so far. And just as I was talking about it, Alonso has been bugged for pulling down Matty Cash. And there's a free kick to Aston Villa in a great position where they can actually put the ball inside for a cross and maybe score a goal. Marcos Alonso knows the importance of him being on the field because we only have a one left wing back left in our squad, and Chilwell of course is out with ACL injury, and him missing out means potentially we have something very much empty left side. So he, like Tyrone Mings, will be on the thin ice for the rest of this game, under the pressure of receiving a second yellow card. Douglas Lewis is lining behind the ball for the dead ball specialist, sort of, in the Villa hierarchy. Lukaku clears it. Mason defending. Alonso defending on the left side. Clears it very well. Only as far as again Matty Cash. Matty Cash will send the ball back in again. Lukaku trying to close down Sanson. Sanson still traveling. Lukaku gets it back from Sanson. The ball is still back with Villa. Chelsea get it back and Villa have it back again, so it's back and forth. Here's my target. Chelsea taking a foot off the pedal here. A bit, actually. Not a lot, but a bit. So they have to keep the pressure going on. Wow, what a ball for Minks. Pulisic can clear it. That's a very bad clearance from Pulisic. Here comes Villa again with the help of Buendia. Jorginho gets it out. There's Mason again. Nowhere to pass to. He's shielding the ball. Pulisic clears it. Minks. Such a bad clearance. Lukaku cannot get at the end of it. So Villa can have a breather here. Oh, come on. Everyone's so surprised in the stadium that how has that been blown for a foul. So here comes the two Aston Villa changes. One youngster and another youngster, Bertrand Traore, formerly from the Chelsea's academy only. And I would like to remind you, whoever is watching, he did score against Chelsea the last day of the last season. And it was almost on the verge of costing them the Champions League if Tottenham didn't win and defeated Leicester. So Chelsea know what Bertrand Traore is all about. He can pop up in the spaces and boy, he can actually do a lot of damage. So Buendia will come off, but that's not a bad replacement, Traore. So Chelsea have some defending to do and maybe some scoring to do as well. 17 minutes left on the clock. Yes, Sharon Mings on the ball. Alonso doing well there. Kovacic as well. And again it's blown for a foul. Everything that Kovacic is touching seems to be a foul. I don't know what the ref is on about, but horrible. Here's Villa again. Traore charging. He gets the ball back to Cash. Rudiger defends it very well. It was just margins, but Rudiger got at the end of the ball. An amazing defending from Rudiger. An amazing presence. Wow. Rudiger clears only as far as Buendia and... Sorry, Sanson. And he blasts the ball in the crowd. Wow. Alonso sending it long to Lukaku. Can Lukaku get it? Mings will be the favorite one just because of a head start. But Chelsea have a throw in on the left side of the Villa corner. Exactly 15 minutes left. And of course, the regulation time. Rudiger there, nicely winning the ball. Watkins and Rudiger almost getting into a tussle there, but both of the players avoiding it as the fourth official is just standing in their face on the touchline. How is that a foul? Man, it's so annoying. Everything on the right hand side of the touchline is a foul. Is another change for Villa. Sanson going off and Anwar Al Ghazi coming on, and attacking substitution actually. So someone who can make overlapping runs and can hit the ball very sweetly. So a brave substitution by Villa here. Of course, they are down one and they would like to add to their tally. Wow. Challenge from Alonso and the flag was up. Might have been checked by VAR as well if the flag wasn't up, but let's see what actually was there. Or was the player actually exaggerating the contact? Damn, dude. This brother Alonso, he's playing social experiment with her life. Rudiger sends it up top. I don't know to who, but Chelsea, they have definitely taken the foot off the pedal now. Totally. This overlapping thing from Villa has been amazing. I mean, I don't know how they are just popping out of the spaces and Chelsea is unable to intercept those passes. Like the Chelsea have blocked crosses, but the overlapping runs from the left or the right side, Villa has been superb in doing that. Chelsea now for the last 4 or 5 minutes haven't been able to involve Lukaku actually inside the game, so that's concerning. Because usually a lot goes through him. There's Lukaku on the ball. Alonso stopped at the center. He didn't expect the ball to come out. Villa again trying to go long and find themselves another pass of play that can actually direct them towards a goal. Here's Anwar El Ghazi. Christensen clears it. A few tired legs now. A few tired. I think of more than a few tired legs here. Wow, what a ball. El Ghazi did well. Reece James matching to that potential as well. Trying to push him away. Not getting the man. But just getting enough of his unfairly, whatever you can call it, side part of his shirt that just put him away. And that was the first Villa shot on target. Jorginho sends it long to Lukaku. Lukaku can protect it. And Pulisic is coming back. He passes it to Pulisic. Here's Mason. Mason back to Pulisic. Pulisic again. Is foul and earns a free kick here. Jacob Ramsey. Villa players having a hard time to believe that, yeah, something has gone against them. Meanwhile, because unlike the last 10 minutes on the right hand side of the pitch, it was everything. Basically, you touch a Villa player, the ref blows for the foul. The ref blows for a foul. Up and down, whichever part of the field. Reece James will cross it. Christensen staying back this time. Kovacic has it. Chelsea able to recycle it from the back this time around again. They'll try to push again. Lukaku again asking for the ball. Reece James ignoring him and passing it backwards this time. Villa back again in numbers, defending behind the ball. Although can take on his man. He's trying to take on his man. Just on the goal line, cannot go further than that. Here's Rudiger. Here's Jorginho. Can Jorginho move it faster? He does move it faster. He gets the ball back to Mason Mount. Mason Mount trying to find someone inside the box. He cannot. He tries to link up with Pulisic now. Pulisic back to, again, Reece James. Reece James has to again pass it side. So Watkins full of energy here. Rudiger was forced into making that pass. Villa have the ball back. 8 minutes of the action left, and of course the additional time that will be given. It's getting very tense here. It's getting very tense. Wow. Nice Jorginho. Wow. Kovacic almost got Lukaku. Got tripped at the end, but fairly. It was the ball first. Chelsea, nice defensive work there. Reece James reading the danger early and going into the midfield and intercepting the ball very well. As Lukaku. Kovacic to Alonso in plenty of space. Can Lukaku get into the center? Oh my god, wow. Christian Pulisic, Matt Target was not aware at all. He's given the ball back. The ball's back again with Jorginho. Jorginho to Mason. Mason to Pulisic. He can take his man on to cross actually. Chelsea could have made something of it. Instead they choose to keep the ball. There's Alonso. Alonso to Lukaku. Lukaku tried to play a 1-2. Unsuccessful. The ball is back again with him. Lukaku again trying to take his man on. Earns a corner for Chelsea. Nice thing. So Chelsea had the ball right exactly where they want to. Chelsea still can create one more chance actually to put this game to bed, and they have to do so because the late goals, they have harmed them so far in the month of December against West Ham, against United, and against Leeds. Bro, there is no end. That's the thing, right? There is no end. Mason Mount with a chance for another, maybe, potential goal. Mason delivering it. Oh, Christensen heads it back. Couple of drawn games and it's looking a bit messy. Villa trying to put Christian Pulisic under the pressure. Of course, that is not his favourable position, the right wing back, but he's doing well there. Course is doing well there, winning the ball. He can pass the ball back to Alonso. Alonso in plenty of space. He can choose to keep the ball. He can find a man as well if he wants. Jorginho to Mason. Mason again, a lot of space in the park. Mason still has it. Mason has it again. Wow, and the ball hits the own target, and it's so wow. The luck of these guys is amazing, man. The luck of these guys is amazing, totally. As soon as Mason tried to take a shot away, it hits Alonso on the way, and then again it hits Aston Villa's body and it goes out. It's so annoying, but sometimes the fortune works in your favor, I'm saying. But nevertheless, another corner for Chelsea. If that thing was on target, anyhow, that was a goal. Is Mason with another corner, the sixth one for Chelsea. Mount's corner. Minks clears it. Traore can chase it. Atsunoda closes down very well. The ball goes out for a throw-in. That will help Chelsea bring back their whole defense again in their half. You sense the urgency among the Villa people now. Here's Anwar El Ghazi. Target. Christensen blocks it. Target again. El Ghazi again. Here's the youngster. Kovacic tears the ball away from him. Here's Kovacic. He gets the ball to Lukaku. Lukaku can run for the corner flag, or he can run for the goal if he can take on his man. Here's Romelu Lukaku taking on his man. Here's Romelu Lukaku to Kovacic. Kovacic to Callum. Callum hits it. Martinez saves it. And that's a great save, man. That's such a great save. Callum had a chance to put it up to the bed. Callum had a chance to seal this game. We still have 3 minutes of the game and there's still time left. That was such a great counter from Chelsea. All credit to Kovacic. So unselfish right at the very end, and then again passing the ball back to Callum. Dude, that should have been a goal. That is the only reason that we have dropped points, a lot of points. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't now as well. "88 minutes on the clock now. Here's target again. Cross block from Pulisic, very well. Pulisic, man, not his favourable position, but a job he's doing on Matt Target, though, blocking the crosses. Man, Callum should have put that to bed. Those balls have to go in. Those balls have to go in. But Martinez put a hand on it. Yeah, Jorginho is down on the field. All of this will be, of course, added to the additional time. The things that they are doing. Reece James with the ball. He will take the throw in. Target wins the throw. The ball's back with, again, El Ghazi. Traore has it. Almost nutmegs him. Wow. So much happening inside the box. Here's Traore with the ball again. Chelsea appealing for the offside and a handball. Nothing given so far. Kovacic again brilliant, intercepting the ball. Sends the ball long. Unfortunately, the ball rolls out over the line. But Kovacic has been so good. 90 minutes on the clock, last 90th minute now. Offside, offside, that's offside. Ramsey was offside. What's the flag? Alonso almost shouting at the ref. Where's the offside flag? 4 minutes of additional time on the tank. Can Villa pull it? Another equalizer. And they pull the lead closer. Matty Cash with a chance to send a long throw in. Everyone of the Villa centre halves inside the Chelsea box now. Kovacic clears it. Only as far as target. Crash will cross it again. Wow, that's a pinball. James clears it. Lukaku on a chase with Matt Target. He wins it. He's going on goal. He's still on goal. Romelu Lukaku still going. And that's a clear pen. That should be a red card as well. That's a red card as well from Konza. Wow, that's only a yellow. Man, Romelu Lukaku, one-man army, dude. That's a one-man army and he's down again injured. Bro, I cannot take another injury. I cannot take another injury. That would be so harsh on us. The last thing I would want, God, is another injury and man, he's looking in a lot of pain. But that play from Lukaku is world class. Jorginho piling up goals from the penalty spot. And it's 3-1. 3-point seal, baby. 3-point seal. And deservingly so because the second half performance has been so impressive. So impressive. And that was, by the way, the Lukaku that we paid the money for. Not the ones that you saw in the middle. So much of emotions going on, so much of everything going on, and so much of I don't know what going on, but we needed these 3 points. And Lukaku, man, what a game, bro. What a change and what a half. Amazing. And that would do it, I think. That seals it. Now I'll just wait to run the clock. Happy faces now among the Chelsea players now. And why would it not be? Because they have pulled 3 points now. 3 goals to show for it. And of course, there is a lot to be talked about the first half that went in. But we hope that Romelu Lukaku, that tackle wasn't so dangerous. And basically, he can start the next game that he comes on in. That is the most important thing because we need goals. And that is the 100 million guy that we paid for. And that is the goals that we want. And that is the effort that we want. So that's the final whistle, lads. And that's it for the full set of 90 minutes. And that's it for match day 19 of the Premier League weekend from us. And I'm very happy that you guys are here. And thank you for tuning in. If you liked it, awesome. If you sub, if you haven't already, that's amazing as well. And I'll see you guys super soon. Hopefully in the Brighton game and maybe midweek again when we play the Carabao Cup semi-final. We have 2 legs this time around against Tottenham. And after that, we have match against Liverpool as well at the start of the new year. So plenty of football still left in the tank for the second of the season. And of course, a lot of trophies. We are fighting for 5 trophies. We are still in it. Title race is still not over. 6 points of City, but we have to make it count. We have to make up for the gap that we have actually been dumped into. So, nevertheless, I'll see you guys soon. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Peace.